In this video, I want to share my favorite thing, or one of my favorite things to do with Portfolio 123, and that is using the fundamental charts feature. So if you've used something like Y charts, you're probably familiar with this type of a feature, but Portfolio 123 does this exceptionally well because specifically you can create your own custom factors, which is not available in Y charts or any other service to my knowledge. So to do this, all we're going to do is go into Portfolio 123 and we're going to go into Data, select Fundamental Chart. So here I've got a saved grouping of fundamental charts that I call my coffee can checklist. So you can save different metrics that you want to quickly refer to, or you can use some of their pre-built ones. So for example, you click on Browse and they have a lot of different combinations of different things you can look at. So let's say you want to look at value, growth, and profitability. You can click on that. And on the left, it shows you the 4 different charts that it's going to show you here. You've got price, enterprise value relative to sales, sales growth over the last 12 months, and then return on equity over the last 12 months. And so it's got charts, in this case, showing you over the last 1 year. You can also change this to look at 5 years or 15 years or maximum. So this gives you a good way to just see at a glance what Walmart's valuation looks like. For example, if you're looking at this enterprise value to sales, we can see that the highest Walmart has traded historically is 0.91. You had quite a bit of a lull here, and then really recently it's ramped up significantly. So this could be a signal to you that Walmart may be overvalued. So that's obviously really helpful. You can take a look at their historical revenue growth to see whether their revenue is accelerating or slowing. And you can also change the way these look. So one of the things I always like to do with a price chart, for example, is change it to a log format. So if you change to log, now it's going to show the percentage changes instead of just having that kind of hyperbolic upward. So you can see a lot more of the ups and downs of the stock rather than getting overwhelmed by the bigger numbers on the right side of the screen. You can also create custom factors, which is something I do all the time. So let's say I want to create something called free cash flow yield, which they do have this built in. But what I want to do here is take the 5-year free cash flow average. So in the formula, I'm going to search for free cash flow. I'm going to find what I want. So in this case, I want their handy average, 5-year average. I'm going to divide that by market cap. Add that. And I want the color to be, I don't know, let's say this blue color. And I want it to be a line chart, smooth line, step, column, area. I'll do an area chart. Actually, no, I'll just do a line chart. It's simple enough. And we're going to hit save. So I'm going to drag this up to the top so you can see it. And here we go. So we got this free cash flow 5-year yield, and this is another great valuation metric. Ideally, you want to have a bigger number, not a lower number. So once again, we can see that Walmart appears to be trading at a bit of a premium relative to its history. One thing we can also do, I'm going to go in here and multiply this by 100 to make it a little easier to see. So let's hit save. And there we go. So the 2.13% is the free cash flow yield using 5-year free cash flow average. But unlike the enterprise value to sales, according to free cash flow, it's not necessarily way higher than it was. It's just about the same as where it was back here. And it looks like pre-09 levels. So anyways, super, super helpful, super, super interesting. Another thing I love to do with this is to look at different stocks, look at different lists. So for example, you'll notice on that list I just made in the last video, it pulled in automatically the dividend aristocrats. So if you're in a list or screen or something, and then you hit fundamental chart, it will pull up a list of all these different stocks. So these are all the dividend aristocrat stocks, and you can just quickly flip through them and see what looks interesting to you. So here we have free cash flow yield for Exxon at 6.2%, which is looks like close to a 10-year high, so that could be an interesting opportunity. Here we have PG at 3.7, Johnson & Johnson at 4.8, AbbVie at 5.5. So, you can quickly see if you're looking for specific metrics that you find important. You can quickly just flip through charts and find some interesting stock ideas. So I love this feature and I use this all the time.